So after that thrilling women's singles, next match on court is the best of the best. The reigning world and Olympic champions Tontowi, Ahmad and Liliyana Natsir are up against Tang and Suet, the two left-handers from Hong Kong. Well, as far as the Super Series standings in the mixed doubles are concerned, you can see there's 3 pairs from China. You're only allowed 2 players or pairs in each of the 5 disciplines from one nation. So those 3 pairs that are in the top 5 at the moment, they can't all qualify for the Super Series finals. But what a leap up! 4 places from number 9 to number 5 were the winners in Tokyo, Wang Ying and Huang Dongping. Well, it's interesting that 4 of the top 5 and 5 of the top 7 have won a Super Series title this year. And the top 7, the only 2 pairs who have not won a Super Series, are the number 4s, Chris and Gabby Adcock, and the pair at number 6, Kazuno and Kurihara. Top 2 remain the same, and that's because they've been dominating the Super Series so far this year. Well, as far as the draw is concerned, in the mixed doubles at quarter-final stage, we had 7 different nations involved, 2 Chinese pairs. But with 7 different nations involved, it was the most diverse of all the 5 disciplines at quarter-final stage. Only 4 seeds left in at quarter-final, only 1 in the top half of the draw. 3 seeds by semi-finals, but 4 different nations, and that's the 5th time this year that we've had 4 different nations involved at semi-final stage. You can see that the number 1 seeds, Chen Shiwei and Chen Qingcheng, the world number 1s and World Championships silver medalists, are already safely through to the final, beating Go and Lai of Malaysia, who today appeared in their first ever Super Series tournament semi-final. So a big leap forward for that Malaysian pair. So we're going to look at the bottom half of the draw, and Tontowi, Ahmad and Liliyana Natsir have already been in 4 finals here at the Denmark Open. In fact, it was 4 consecutive finals between 2012 and 2015. They are 2-time world champions. They are Olympic gold medalists. Liliyana Natsir is a history maker because she is the first player in history to win 4 gold medals in the mixed doubles discipline at World Championships. 2 with her partner of today and 2 with former partner Nova Widianto. So the Hong Kong pair today appearing in their 2nd Super Series tournament semi-final. Their first was at the home event at the end of last year. It was only their 2nd ever Super Series tournament together and their 5th tournament in total. And they're in Hong Kong, the last of the Super Series last year. They went all the way through to the semi-final stage, beating en route the Adcocks, the number 4 seeds and former champions of the Hong Kong Open. But in the semi-final, they lost to their opponents of today. So both pairs seeded, as you can see. The Indonesians, the higher ranked pair. Well, players from Hong Kong have only been represented once ever in a final here at the Denmark Open, and that was in 2008. Jo Mi reached the final of the women's singles, where she lost out to Wang Lin. But the Hong Kong pair are the first ever pair from Hong Kong, doubles players from Hong Kong in the semi-finals here. 30-year-old Tontowi Ahmad from Banyumas in the southwest of central Java. He and his partner currently number 4 in the world ranking, but 101 weeks as world number 2s. That's in total, that wasn't continuous. Liliyana Natsir turned 32 last month, born in Manado in the north of North Sulawesi. And she, as I say, is a record breaker, having won 4 World Championship gold medals, 7 World Championship medals in total, and she's one of only 2 players to have achieved that in one discipline. The other one is Lindan in the men's singles. Well, as far as their matches so far are concerned, well, all 3 matches in straight games. Quarterfinal against the number 5 seeds, Zhang Nan and Li Hyun-hui. Zhang Nan, of course, is former champion here in the mixed doubles with Zhao Yunlei, and former Olympic champion as well. Tang Man from Sha Tin in Hong Kong. Very good men's doubles player as well with Chin Chung. But they are currently number 13 in the world, which is a career high, and it's their 5th consecutive week at that highest ranking that they have achieved. Ying Suet has actually won a Super Series title in the past. That was in the women's doubles with Poon Lok Yan. But she and her mixed doubles partner here, they're trying to get through to their first ever Super Series tournament final. They've twice been taken the full distance. In the first round against the left-handed Ben Lane and Jess Pugh of England, and then in the quarterfinal against Ronan Labar and Audrey Fontaine, the European Championship bronze medalists, who in the second round beat the number 2 seeds Lu Kai and Wang Yaxiong. That was 3 games as well. So this will be just the second meeting between these 2 pairs. Tontowi Ahmad and Liliyana Natsir winning the only previous occasion, and as I was telling you a moment ago, it was in the semi-final of the Hong Kong Super Series at the end of last year. It was 36 minutes for that 2-game victory, 23-21, 21-14. Christian Ederlund of Denmark and Christian Johannesson, also from the host nation, are court officials for this one. And if you were with us earlier in the week, we had the pleasure of watching this Indonesian mixed doubles pair. That was in their second round against Anders Rasmussen and Line Kiersveld. Danish combination. Well, I was worried about Liliyana Natsir's right knee. It's been a real problem to her, but a bit of a difference from earlier, Steen, because Tontowi Ahmad has got both his knees strapped today.
Hong Kong, China. On my left, Tontowi Ahmad, Liliyana Natsir, Indonesia. Tang Man to serve to Liliyana Natsir. Love all. Play.
So the 2 left-handers from Hong Kong, Tang Man and Ying Suet.
1 love.
Well, very unusual to have 2 left-handers playing together in the mixed doubles discipline. Incidentally, Tang Man's men's doubles partner is also left-handed, so he's in 2 left-handed partnerships. And I think you and I were trying to think of other mixed doubles pairs with 2 left-handers. I've thought of one since we last spoke about that, Steen, and that's the Australian pair of Sawan Sarasinga and Setyana Mapasa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Service over. 2-0.
Oh, yes.
3-2.
very quick onto that mid-court shot, isn't he?
5-2.
I think they've been impressive throughout this tournament. We saw the match against Skorup and Kjærsfeldt, and they really had no chance, the Danes. And then yesterday in the quarterfinal, totally disposing of Jiangnan and Liliyana, who's played some good mixed doubles in their short time as partners, but we got 10 and 16 or something like that. So really in good shape, the two Indonesians.
Yes, I was very surprised by the ease of their semi-final against that Chinese pair you've just mentioned. Good rally. Well, because their quarter-final opponents were beaten in the final of the China Premier Super Series last year, so that's an indication of just how good Jiangnan. Of course, we all know how good he is. He's the two-time Olympic champion in 2 different disciplines.
Yeah. And of course, Liliyana has had a break due to injury, and so maybe she's not totally at her best, but still very impressive. It's called in.
So this over. No, Tang. You have to do it right away. Okay.
Yeah, he had a little discussion with his partner as to whether they should.
Yeah, but isn't that reasonable that when you're playing at doubles? I mean, isn't it reasonable to tell you to just have a quick word with your partner whether we should challenge or not? I think it's actually perfectly reasonable.
So do I. Vita Marissa, the Indonesian mixed doubles coach, will be pretty happy with what she's seen so far, I'm sure.
Tang, 5.
Oh, yes.
Service over.
And it seems like the airs are ready, because the final of the BWF World Junior Championships is an all-Indonesian affair. And of course, when you have idols like Natsir, Noah Widianto, who started out by winning World Championships and so on, then some years later, the ones that have watched these matches, they come forward. They want to be like Natsir, they want to be like Noah Widianto and Tontowi Ahmad. Of course, Ahmad, the younger of the partners that Natsir have been playing with, so it might take a couple of years before the players that has him as an idol come forward. But seems like a healthy situation for Indonesian mixed doubles, and
yeah,
I know that also they have a really good coaching team with Noah Widianto and of course Richard Meineke as the mixed doubles coach for a number of years, so the experience is there.
Well, 4 straight points by the Hong Kong pair.
Good shot, good shot.
Well played. And what a good comeback. 5 straight points to level it at 10-all.
Service over. 11
I think that's the second service error from the Hong Kong pair. And it means that the... Yeah, it just got deflected by hitting the top of the tape. World and Olympic champions with a 1-point advantage.
There's 3 left-handers there because the coach is former Malaysian top player Chun.
Also married Chinese player.
He did. His former partner in men's doubles, Liliyana, is also here in Odense. He's coaching the scratch pair in men's doubles of Tan Bong-hyung and Hendra Sichuan.
Service over. 11-all.
There's Vita Marissa. Oh, well intercepted. And I think at the moment the Indonesians are struggling with dealing with 2 left-handers.
Yes, and it's just very unusual to play 2 left-handers. You often play a left and a right-hander, and one of those 2 players will always have backhand no matter what side you're in. But here, very often the left-handers will try to get the game going in the forehand side if they can, and it can be really, really difficult to sort of fine-tune your game to that.
I'll make that 8 of the last 9 points to this Hong Kong pair. Well, 9 of the last 10 now.
14.
What on earth has happened to the world and Olympic champions?
Service over.
Well, that was an extraordinary run, wasn't it?
12-15.
10 of the previous 11 points going to the Hong Kong pair. I wonder if she's looking concerned, Vita Marissa.
Yeah. She was quite relaxed at 10-5, and now she's on the edge of her chair.
13-15.
Well played.
The anticipation of playing it back to the same place.
Back to the same place.
Yeah, that one.
He's really quickly on his way to cover the backhand side. Tang.
Yeah, slide it in. Good interception.
A very clever service return,
16,
utilizing
14.
the back of the court. Good variation on the service returns from the Hong Kong pair.
Oh yes, well worked. Well, since they formed their partnership, which was in June last year at the Indonesian Superseries, I think the Hong Kong pair have improved considerably. They have this lovely understanding now of who's going where and who's covering what.
Got some good sparring also in practice back in Hong Kong with Lee Chun-hei and Choi Ha-wa, who won the bronze medal. Took a bronze medal to Hong Kong at the World Championships.
Please welcome Lee Hyun-il.
Service over.
Umpire singles out with Ireland and service judge Henrik Boas Denmark.
Well, there hasn't been an Indonesian pair that's actually won this Denmark Open for 16 years. 2001 was the last time. Kush Haryanto and Emma Omawati beat an English pair in the final, Nathan Robertson and Gail Ems. But they've been in 4 finals in recent years. This pair we're looking at.
15, 18.
Quite frankly, unless they lift their game, they're not going to be in another.
No.
Not this year, anyway.
15. Service over. 16, 19.
I think they've done a good job so far, Sei and Tang. Sei has been quite good at the net. It's not like Natsir has dominated the net at all, and Tang has played with pace and then sort of taking the pace out of the shots, being accurate and so on. So deserved lead here for the Hong Kong pair, but
Game point.
at least to me, very surprising.
Yeah. 4 game point opportunities for Tang and Si.
Well played. Well
Oh,
played.
that is brilliant.
Game.
My goodness me, the anticipation and the skill
First game,
to take that off the top of the tape.
Ying 21,
Take a look at this.
That's that playing back at Natsir the second time, that's the key to it, because if they try to do something on the first attack from Natsir, then Tontowi Ahmad has been very good at intercepting.
Yeah, look, she's waiting. Now she goes forward and really takes it off the top of the tape. 16 minutes for the opening game, 21-16.
Bola dalam-dalam nggak apa-apa, cobain dulu. Jadinya lu jauh lebih tenang. Karena kalau posisi tangan nggak enak, kaki nggak enak, maksa banget kan. Kencang-kencangan terus malah susah gitu. Cobain jadi poin per poinnya dilewatin sampai pas enak. Ceweknya asal lu turunin tet, balikin juga nggak bahaya lu, tapi lu takut juga, lu juga nunduk gitu. Yakin aja kalau mau lu tekan sedikit, balikannya nggak enak. Sekalian cewek lu lewat-lewatin gitu loh. Kalau dikata lu kleser, dia balik sini, lu keplak lah, jangan duduk. Dia kan nggak bahaya, kecuali kalau Owi lagi pas gini kencang, plok bahaya. Tapi kalau lu adu dari depannya, nggak terlalu bahaya, dia nggak terlalu bisa begitu. Paksa lah, Semi sayang, ya. Tek.
OK 啊，打啦，啱咗啊！我哋要享受，將我哋自己心態擺好啲，擺好啲嘅心態，繼續咁樣打。我哋打呢度啊，仲有一樣嘢就係 同中你唔好咁多，抽出佢打邊。你要記住一樣，打邊出去一攻，你一定係抽翻嚟嘅，你就會睇得好清楚㗎啦。你哋自然會睇得好清楚。
20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
呢啲小問題，嗰啲小問題我哋唔好介意。OK。第二樣係阿雪啊，呢啲咁多，唔好諗咁多。你飛咗你飛到，佢打你，你抽，你抽翻，我抽就抽咗，唔好猶豫，就抽咗。
Play. Service over. 1 love.
Now, Steen, I know it's in our plans. You're going to learn the Bahasa, and I'm going to. What was I going to learn? The Korean or the Chinese?
Korean.
Yeah. But if you were down on court, what would you have said to the Indonesian pair?
They've got to. They've got to be in control of the rallies, but it's not. It's easier said than done. And it's been some difficult coachings for Vitsa Marisa because she thought she was coaching on 11-5, 11-6. She wasn't. She was coaching on 11-10.
Yeah.
And then she blinked her eye twice, and then she was coaching one game down.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? I think they have to try and play some flat drives to the backcourt to sort of open up the Hong Kong pair a little bit, make room for shots to the midcourt. It's covered really well at the moment by Tang and Suet. And one of the things that we don't really know is how severe is that strapping on Ahmad's left knee that is about to come off at the moment.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's flapping about. Oh, missed opportunity. Just mistimed the shot.
All. Service over. 3.
She's doing well.
2.
See, I'm impressed with her net game.
Yeah, me too.
We've been praising Liliyana and Natsir many tournaments, and what a serve there.
That's amazing, isn't it?
4.
That was an ace.
2.
Clever. Yeah. And then Ahmad is a little bit disturbed because he doesn't know when is it that we're changing it around. When is it my turn to act?
Service over. 3, 5.
Had a little think about it, didn't it?
4, 3. Service over. 6, 3. Seven, 3.
Just checking the rankings to see in top 25 how many left-handed female mixed doubles players do we have, and there are some, but they haven't been at absolute top level until now. We have 2 Malaysians. Let's see what the umpire says.
No, I couldn't hear it either.
No, me neither.
8-3.
We have Jing of Malaysia, Che from Korea, the other line from Malaysia, and so on. But it's not players that have regularly been in quarters, semis, or finals of Super Series level, and I don't know if that's what makes it a little bit more difficult for Liliyana and Natsir.
4-9.
Oh, brilliant. My goodness me. They are playing well.
10-4.
It's gone wide. A 7-point advantage
Interval.
at the mid-game interval. Well, do the world and Olympic champions
Iya, kebanyakan memang terlalu banyak,
have
jadi
the
terlalu banyak keserang.
capabilities to come back from this?
Nekat sekali Rewi. Ya, lu mau nyemes lagi nggak ada feeling, nggak ada apa, lu mau nekat ya udah.
And,
Semi lu mau ngapain, sikat-sikat aja
Since
udah.
they led
Lu nyemes juga
10-5 in the
biasa
first
dulu.
game, the
Lu
score is
teriak-teriak.
now
Kalau lu nekat sekalian, lu main
27-10
panjang-panjang, tapi jangan
for the
telat.
Hong Kong pair.
Agak kalau lu mau nyerang, kalau lu nyerang satu-satu, pasti lu kebanting-banting. Hampir nggak pernah ada serangan. Selalu ketutup. Ya, mau nggak mau harus mau.
Court
Kalau mau ya lu
1,
nekat aja
20
udah.
seconds.
Udah poin jauh.
Court 1,
Ya,
20
sayang
seconds.
iya sayang.
打到俾啲顧打成功啊！但有一樣嘢我要提醒你哋啊，唔好打太多林波啊！我哋漸漸打多到林波啦，記得咁樣。有啲機會就打中，一打中個波落嚟，你就要處理。
11-4.
你呢個 keep 住咁啊得㗎，享受衝啊，準備去衝。
Well, for the world and Olympic champions, one sort of feels it's now or never. We've got to start making inroads here. For the Hong Kong pair, if they just keep doing what they've been doing so far, well, they'll see themselves in a first ever Super Series final.
5-11.
Good lift from Natsir.
Service over. 12.
Service return again.
6.
And we talked about it so many times when we've seen Ahmad and Natsir get the service return below the tape, preferably to Ahmad, because it's not nearly as strong from below the tape as he is from above.
Yeah.
Service over. 7-12. Service over. 13-7.
Yeah, well worked again. Setting it up for each other so well.
7. Service over. 8-14. 9-14.
They have to be attacking.
Yeah. And they also have to avoid getting Natsir placed on the backcourt.
Yeah.
Because the Hong Kong pair have solved that
14.
particular formation really well. Again, excellent service return. Making the court big.
15.
Ahmad cannot focus on the mid-court area.
Service over. 11-15.
West End.
Service over.
Uncharacteristic error from Liliyana Natsir. Normally, well, her anticipation was good at the front of the court, wasn't it? But normally her placement of shots is superb as well.
There it was.
Service over.
There's the interception from
16.
Ahmad. A little bit too flat defense. Also a well-placed smash from Natsir that forces that flat lift.
Oh, that's nice skill.
Service over. 17-12.
Well, time is running out for the Indonesians. And quite frankly, they're second best today to an excellent Hong Kong pair.
I've been looking at C a little bit here and thinking about how difficult it is to be a female mixed player, because you have to be absolutely calm and collected, but also quick.
Yeah.
And for instance, one of the pairs that has disappointed me a little bit here in Denmark Open is Gabia and Chris Adcock. And Gabia Adcock, she's always
Service over.
really animated at the net.
13.
Yeah.
What a difference between those two players, for instance.
Ho! 14-19.
Some Indonesian fans urging their pair on.
Two good points there. Are the nerves creeping in a little bit?
No, they're not. It's match point opportunities. That was very, very well placed smash. Towards the right hip of Liliyana Natsir.
Match point 15.
Yeah. One of the 5 match points well saved. But it's a tall order.
20.
Oh, it's gone wide.
17-20. Play.
good defense. Oh, it was a fast exchange in the early stages of that rally. Superb.
And they are affected by the situation, the Hong Kong pair. They really want this second game.
20.
Yeah.
Make the same serve return one more time, just a little bit better, Tang.
This time they convert. 21-16, 21-18. And the Hong Kong pair of Tang Man and Ying Suet, well, they've caused probably one of the biggest upsets of this Denmark Open. What a great performance to beat the reigning world and Olympic champions Tontowi, Ahmad and Liliyana Natsir. Well, it was a good return of serve, as you suggested it needed to be. But instead of going for the tramline straight at his opponent, and in 33 minutes, they've booked their place in a first ever Super Series tournament final. Victory to Tang and C from Hong Kong. So a big shock in the mixed doubles there, with Tang and Z beating the reigning world and Olympic champions in 2 straight games. All credit to the Hong Kong pair, because they were superb today. Well, next up is the second of the women's singles semi-finals. The world #1 Tai Tzu Ying, beaten finalist last year. Can she set up a repeat of last year's final? Because we know that Akane Yamaguchi is already through. Standing in her way is the 2013 world champion, Ratchanok Intanon. So as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, well, that confirms our first match of this afternoon's play, with Akane Yamaguchi coming from 3-8 down in that second game to win the match against the World Championship bronze medalist. So we're going to watch the top half of the draw, and it is a distinct possibility that this one could go to the full distance, because I thought that Ratchanok Intanon yesterday was playing extremely well in her victory over Sung Ji Hyung, the #3 seed, as you can see there. Match I'm very much looking forward to, this second women's singles.
Court #1, women's singles. Please welcome from Chinese Taipei, currently ranked #1 in the world, Tai Tzu Ying.
The world #1, Tai Tzu Ying. beaten finalist a year ago.
From Thailand, former world champion, Ratchanok.
Her opponent, Ratchanok today appearing in her third